Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Middlesbrough played out a 2-1 victory over Birmingham City to go second in the Championship going into the international break, which was a great result against a really strong side. But let's be honest, it wasn't really about the football today. It was about Rob Edwards and the aftermath of what's been a really dramatic 48 hours for the club. It was announced just before the game got underway, early in the afternoon, that Middlesbrough had granted Rob Edwards permission to discuss with Wolves about the move there. It does seem like that move is now inevitably going to be happening. Speaking to people in and around the club, it's safe to say that people are absolutely furious with how this has gone down over the last few days. One person said that it was a really acrimonious situation behind the scenes, and it's not hard to see why, really. The fact that this has really got so unsavoury, you've got to say. Rob Edwards speaking so passionately about his backing of the club, his connection with the supporters, how everyone was in this together. It really seems to have been thrown back in supporters' faces, and so it's no surprise really that supporters, including myself, are absolutely livid at how this situation's unfolded, and that was made clear at the Riverside Stadium this afternoon. The Red faction making it very clear what their feelings were. A banner saying Rob Edwards is a rat was one of them. Another sign saying something to the effect of Middlesbrough only wants people here who only people that deserve to be here are people who want to be here, something to that effect. Another pot shot aimed at Rob Edwards. Of course, there was a lot of chants about him, a lot of them unsavoury, very anti. I won't go into them because they contain many profanities, but also a lot of pro Steve Gibson chants as well. A lot of people really supporting the Boro chairman for his I guess situation that he's been in over the last 48 hours and having to deal with this situation. It's been quite an interesting afternoon. It was really the big sort of talking point. I've just got out of the press conference with AD Viviash, and he was speaking, and he came in and sort of puffed out his cheeks at how stressful it's been. He's been asked what the last 48 hours has been for him, and he said it's been interesting, and he let out a bit of a wry smile. He was then later on asked if the situation was one where he could see himself potentially going for the Middlesbrough job on a permanent basis, and he said the only thing I'm interested in is getting out of this interview and having a glass of red wine. And I think you got to say that he deserved it. Obviously he's been drafted in at the 11th hour to lead this team. He did a really good job. He got the players performing. Everyone looked very, very up for it. Of course, they were celebrating in front of the Red faction at the end. I've put another video on my YouTube channel about that, and with AD Viviash and Harry Watling celebrating and taking the praise of them, which was fully deserved for the way that they've had to step up to the plate in the last 48 hours. But AD Viviash was also saying about how the players really took the lead, I guess, in the build up to this one. He obviously spoke to his players before the game, but he mentioned Luke Ayling and Dale Fry in particular, who had the final word before Middlesbrough came out for the match with Birmingham City. Really got the players going. Dale Fry in particular put in a really passionate speech to really gee people up for this one. So the players really standing up for the club. Everyone knows exactly what it means to play for the club, and AD was also saying the same in his press conference. He was full of praise for Middlesbrough as a place, as a football club, saying there's some amazing people behind the scenes, and really just keen to hammer home how special a football club this is, despite what seemingly has come out with Rob Edwards in the last few days and his situation. So it's going to be a really interesting couple of days from here. Of course, Middlesbrough have granted Rob Edwards permission to speak with Wolves. That's likely to develop over the next couple of days, and you'd imagine that deal will be done before too long. I think by all accounts, I don't think Middlesbrough have finished in terms of what they're wanting to say. Potentially a strongly worded statement coming out of the club at some point as well about the whole situation, which has been just an absolute nightmare, really, considering how positive a season it's been. And of course, Rob Edwards has only been in charge for less than 6 months now, and the feeling around him and the club has been so special this season. It would be a real shame to see that go to waste, but I think based on this result, based on this performance against Birmingham City and the reaction from the supporters and the players, it seems like this sorry situation is only going to galvanise things further and hopefully see us in a good position following the international break. So I think the 2 weeks will come at a really good time from that point of view. It gives us a chance to go out and find a new manager, which may or may not be done and concluded before we get back into action in 2 weeks' time. But of course, we'll have all of the updates here on Bonkers for Boro, all the latest news, all the talking points. We'll have some features looking at Rob Edwards' time at the club, albeit how brief it was, and also looking at some of the other contenders for the position as well. I'll try and get some special guests on and that sort of thing to really chat about it and bring it to life. So a few things to look forward to there. So if you have enjoyed this video, if you want to see more, please do hit like, please do hit subscribe. There's plenty of behind the scenes stuff coming. As you can see, we're at the Riverside Stadium here. We've been here with the Red this afternoon, so plenty of stuff coming up on Bonkers for Boro. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I will catch up with you next time when potentially we might be a step closer to a manager. Catch you later.